Princess. Guys. Once you press that button, you're gonna get like a page like this that shows you the trending stuff. So book talk reading, writing my first book, doing things for yourself. It's going to take a while to like populate the right things for your account once you start posting, but once it realizes like what content you're trying to push out, what people you're trying to meet, it'll give you really good suggestions here. What I like to do is come over here to content gap, which is like the second or third little window up there. And then that'll show you all the content that like people are searching for, but there isn't enough content for the amount of people that are searching for it. So it's it's a really good opportunity for you to possibly, reach more people because there's not enough content. Um, so like, for example, let's see, audiobooks versus reading. And you'll see like all of these red percentages. I know this is less than ideal, guys. I'm sorry. The all these red percentages are like the percent of search increase. So like this is 1,000% search increase where it says reading community, and like book talk influencers is up 268%. So that means that it's trending upward. There's more people that are searching for this than there were before. And you can even like TikTok analytics are amazing. It shows you like the graph for all the people that are searching for it. Plus it shows you related videos if you scroll down, so you can like R&D. Obviously don't just like copy somebody's video, but like take their idea and like make it your own. And then more topics. I spend a lot of time inside of Creator Search Insights figuring out like what videos are missing from TikTok that I could create. Okay, now let me share again. There we go. The TikTok rewards you if you record within their app. So if you're doing this, you can at the bottom here is the big red create button. When you're inside of the Creator Search Insights, if you tap that, it's going to let you record right in the app, and I recommend that you do it because it'll like it'll boost your post, because it suggests to them that you're not like taking content that you've posted elsewhere. It's like unique to the app. So record it within there. And then if it hasn't automatically added the hashtag Creator Search Insights, you should definitely add that. But usually if you record it from that page, it adds it automatically. Okay, so that's it for reach for today. Up next is the connection. So like we've reached all this cold audience, right? Like we just met, you barely know me. Now we have to like get to know each other. Okay. So this is the connection portion. I did a good job on my reach. I made you come and like follow me. So you're going to see my stuff again, or now you're in my group and you're going to hear from me again. But now we need to like build a relationship, right? So the first way you can do this is, I mean, there's like a million different ways you can do connection content, but it's really just something that's not about your book necessarily. It has to be about, books in general. It doesn't have to be, but I recommend that starting out, it is like about books in general, but excuse me. um, but you want to be able to get you want people to be able to get to know you with this content. So for example, behind the scenes, so like recording yourself typing at your computer, recording what you're eating while you're writing, like try and keep it like while you're writing. But it could also be like a day in the life of an aspiring author, right? So if you have a job, you're going to have to go to a job if you're an aspiring author, right? So you're going to show yourself like waking up and then like going to your job and like talk about how you're thinking about your book. I like to do these as like like take a really brief recording of like every single thing. I know it's very annoying to do throughout your day. But if you do that and then you have like a voiceover just explaining like, hey, I had a coffee this morning because I was so tired. I was up so late working on my book last night, or whatever it is. Like you're just trying to like get to know each other, right? And you want to talk like you're talking to a friend. And as always, like being a little bit funny, being a little bit witty, like injecting your personality into whatever you're saying is really important. Um, you could talk about why you started writing. You could talk about how you came up with the idea behind your story, what writing means to you. What do you do when you're in a writer's slump? Words, how many words you've written. So like words at the beginning of the day, words at the end of the day. And what your goal is. Did you hit your goal? Did you not? You can make that a series. Series are really good because they feel comfortable to people. And if people are interested in one video of a series, they're generally going to be interested in the other videos that are in that series. So you want to get people invested in what you're doing so they want to follow along. There was this girl on Instagram. She got like 200,000 followers over off of 4 videos that she posted because she did such a good job of telling people like basically she was talking about how she's going to change her entire life and the 3 different things that she was changing that were like massive things, and she got people so interested in her life and if she's going to be able to change all of these things that 200,000 people followed her off of 4 videos, which is wild. So if you do this correctly you can have a massive impact. um, a publishing update, like if you're trying to decide between like trad and self-publishing, what your thoughts are. If you've made a decision, like that type of stuff is all great content for connection content. Another great thing is asking people their opinions. Everybody loves to tell you about their opinion. So asking them for it, and then like specifically when it has to do with your book, this really gets them invested not only in you but in your project too. And if you choose, like, so if you're asking for a cover, which cover should I choose? And you choose the cover that they told you they liked, they're going to feel connected to your book in a way that like other people aren't going to. So this is a really good, easy way to, number one, get like market research done for free and have people tell you like, no, that cover sucks, like use this one. And also it gets them connected. And you can do that for everything. Like, what character art should I make? What merch should I create? Like anything that you're doing, you should run it past your audience first because they're going to be the ones who are going to be like the most excited for it and give you the best feedback. I personally do book reviews inside of my genre as well, and I talk to other authors because authors are readers, right? Nobody's going to write a book if they don't also read books. So, and it's also much easier to target authors than, the specific reader for your specific book. And authors are much more likely to follow in my experience and like because we're all like lonely, right? We want to know each other. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna have to blow my nose. Hold on one moment. How do I? Okay, I'm gonna mute. Apologies.
We heard that.
So you can also do like fun would you rather stuff to get to know each other. um like this one I did. This was trending on TikTok for a while, like questions, book talk questions. So, would you rather stay in this world but get any magical power of your choosing, or go to any magical world of your choosing but not have any powers? So, like that type of thing, interesting, right? I think I'm choosing the powers so I can fix this world, but that's just me. And my power would be mind control, obviously. So, um, yeah, and then funny personal stories are actually something that I really like to put out because they can show like a bit of your personality as well. Like I talked about this time that so my husband's from Mexico, and I lived there with him for a while, and we had gotten into a fight, and he left me in the city that we were living in to go home to his mommy. And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna just leave me?" He took our car and left. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna leave me? I'm gonna find you." And I went on a bus 3 hours into like the Mexican countryside at night by myself. And I was like only 75% sure it was the correct bus that I was on. So like I shared that story and a lot of people, rightly so, were like, found it amusing, right? So that type of thing, funny personal stories, they can be entertained and they can get to know you a little bit more and they'll feel just like more connected to you. Okay, so next up is the promotion, right? So we're gonna have, I would say, if you don't have a book out yet, I would go like heavy on reach and connection and then like lighter on the promotion side just because you're not like you want to kind of tell people about your book, but if you're getting people interested in your book and it's still like a year out from actually getting published, people's attention spans are just not that long. So I'd say if you're writing and you have like a beta reader sign up or like an ARC reader sign up where you can direct them, that's great. Like you can start promoting that link. But until you have something to like really promote, like a call to action, something that you want them to do, somewhere that you want them to go, I would focus more on reach and connection and then like sprinkle in a promotion post here or there. But if you already have a book that you want to actively sell or promote, um, then these are like the best ways to go about doing that. So, how do we talk about our books? First things first, I would make I have a marketing like Google Doc that goes over, um, it's like a list of all the tropes in my book. I also have this. Let me see if I can find let me think about where my link is for my website because that's eye-catching and ooh, I have it, guys. Look at me. Okay. This is a template that I have. Um, it's free in my little like my the link in my TikTok bio. You can download this. It's a Canva template, so you can like create your own. But so I have a little like blurb here that's just like about what my book is about, obviously. And then these are my tropes. So it people really respond to tropes. It's really easy for them to say like, oh, I like that trope. I don't like that trope. I'm interested in that. I'm not interested in that. And also comp titles. So those are two things that you really need to have like ironed out if you're going to be promoting your book. So like for me, my tropes are, and by the way, I didn't know what to call the relationship between the FMC and the MMC in my book. So I did a TikTok video on it and TikTok told me what to call it. And it's called One-Sided Enemies to Lovers. Um, so that's the like main trope of my book. And then we have forced proximity, fake courts, forbidden love, morally gray, FMC. So you don't want to put like every single trope that like you can think of that's in your book. You want to put like kind of the more like sassy ones, I would say, ones that people are going to be like, what? Like normally when I say morally gray FMC, people are like, you mean MMC, right? I'm like, no, FMC. And that like really gets people's attention. Same with one-sided enemies to lovers, because people are like, what is that? Like, what is, like, when you think about it, you can, obviously figure it out, but it catches people's attention. And then if you don't already have something like this with comp titles for your book, I 1000% highly recommend that you come up with it. So mine is obviously if Akatar mated with the Handmaid's Tale and there were dragons. And actually I've tweaked this since then. And it's if Akatar mated with the Handmaid's Tale and women were in charge, but women were in charge and there were dragons. So like that gives you, if you know these two books, right? Which if you're reading in my genre, you're probably going to know these two books. You can get a really clear idea of like what to expect in my book by these, what is it, like 10 words or whatever it is. And so it's a really good like way to snappily pitch people. So those are two things that you need to have. You need to have a list of your tropes. You need to have that little like hook. That's your comp titles. that you can use to quickly pitch. And then I want you to go through your book and choose like 10 to 15 quotes um, and or scenes that kind of stand alone and they like make you feel something, right? Or they like hook you in, they make you want more. So I'm sure you've seen these videos on TikTok before, right? It's like the author who has, let me see, this one. This one did so well for her. When you're, oops, why? When your hockey player fake boyfriend sees a bruise on your arm and says, "Who did this to you?" So we've got the "who did this to you" trope here. We've got something that's very enticing, right? Like we want to know what happened next, and we see that it's a carousel, so we can find out. And it's not like a very busy background. I can very easily read this text. That's very important when you're doing posts like this that you want to like grab people's attention because you want them to be focused on reading. And it's not too many words. If this is too much, if you see too much text, we just kind of like zoom past it, like it's too much. Um, so short and sweet, eye-catching, and something that's gonna, if you read it, is going to engage you. Later, you find him outside your apartment door. He won't leave until he knows you're safe. So you say, "Oh, I don't know. I need to know what's going on. So let me go to the next slide. You don't have to worry about me. I never had a problem living here. I'm already hooked, so I want to know what happened, right?" He says, "I'll never stop worrying as long as you live in this place. You're going to stay outside my doorstep all night if I have to." Okay, woo, he's protective, he's bad, like we're getting all the vibes here. When you finally let him inside, you say you can have the couch, but don't think about trying anything. You really think I'm here to have my way with you? Are you? That depends. Do you want me to? So you're like, ooh, okay. You're about to answer when there's a knock on the door. The hockey player checks his watch. It's 2 in the morning. It's your neighbor, the guy who bruised your arm. You say it's better if we ignore him, he'll go away. This is like a very long one, but at the end, this is the last slide, right? Oh, he muses his hair. He like pretends like they're together. Okay. And then the last one is your neighbor pounds on the door again and says your fake boyfriend says, "Aha, I know what's missing." Then so it ends on a cliffhanger, right? So we want to know what happens, number one. And now we're gonna have to go to her page. So these are all like tactics that you can use to like get people onto your page. And you can see this, she has 82,000 likes from this. I can't see how many, can I see how many views it had? No, I can't. But she's got 1,000 comments, so many saves. I can't imagine how many, and her book's out, so I can't imagine how many downloads on KU she got just from this one post. And she has 3. This is a 3-part series. And when you go to her page, it's part 2 and part 3 here. So you can like read them all through. And I downloaded this to read it because this was phenomenal marketing right here. Okay. Yeah, we went through the quote stuff. Next up, you always want to have a hook in the beginning, like 2 seconds of your video. People's attention spans are nothing. They're that of like a fruit fly, okay? So we need to like immediately catch them in and figure out, a way that to cut through the noise and to stop them from scrolling. And sometimes that's by saying, stop scrolling. Like you want to pattern interrupt. You want to, if you're doing a video, you always want to have some sort of like motion or some sort of like hook. Like maybe you're doing something, like maybe you're getting ready. That's why getting ready with me stuff works so well because you get immediately hooked. You're like, okay, even if you're not talking about the makeup or anything, you want to see the transformation till the end. So they're going to watch your video longer if you're doing something that's engaging from the beginning. So like, for example, this one, the hook is ready for your next, ready for your next, insert your genre, obsession. This one, I think hers was like dark romantasy obsession. Ready for your new dark fantasy obsession full of monsters. And then she goes through to like tell you everything about her book. And then at the end, she's looking for ARC readers. So that's her call to action at the end here. And she has like really engaging images with text, not a ton of text. She's a really good person to follow. She's an author. Um,
Can I ask
RB
a question really quick?
um, because she does a lot of good promos, and she got like 2,000 ARC
Mm,
reader signups. And all she posts mostly is like ARC reader stuff, or stuff about her book. I don't think I've ever seen her post like a talking video, but yeah. So you, like I said, when you're doing promotion stuff, you really want to have like a reason for it and like a call to action. Because if I got to the end of um, that previous one that was like all the cliffhangers and there was not a book for me to read, I would be mad. I would not be following. I would not be like what am I going to do? I'm going to wait until your book comes out? Like, no, I'm not. I'm going to forget about you in 3 seconds unless there's like something else for me to do. At the very least, have like a sign up for me to like then be notified, right, when your book is going to come out. um So here's some other hooks that you guys can use. Convincing you to read my debut novel with, and then like a bunch of different things like the first line, the dedication. If you have a really strong dedication, this has made me pick up a book. The book was actually bad, but the dedication was very good, and I read the book because of it. So the tropes, the FMC, my MMC, it's aesthetic. This is a good one because you can do like photos from just like from Pinterest that you find. Um, and so she's convincing you to read ACOTAR. And these are like the vibes of ACOTAR. So you're gonna want to find like music that is good. Let's see what her music is. Why can't I hear it?
Stay
Oh,
with
there
the
we go.
High Lord. You will be safe.
ACOTAR music.
Waiting. Welcome to the night.
So yeah, so you can do like a short video of your book, or you can do like with the words on top, or you can do like an image with words on top for this one. Another one you can do is forget, insert like whatever popular book trope you want to forget. Ready to meet your new favorite, and then insert something about your book that's engaging. So, for example, forget morally gray, ready to meet your new favorite villain. And then you'll have that'll be like text on top of an image that's preferably the guy that you're trying to tell them to meet. Um, and then POVs are like big on TikTok. So POV, you wrote a book in which, and then write something crazy that happens in your book, or like something engaging, something that like people are would really respond to. So for example, POV, you wrote a book in which only the women have magic. Oh, my typing skills, guys. So it turns into touch him and you die. This is from another author. She actually just got a publishing deal, and she got 1.1 million plays on this. And she used a trending audio for that too. So, okay. So that's the 3 different types of content and like a bunch of examples for both of them. Now, the last thing, or second to last thing that I want to talk about are the pinned posts on the top of your profile. So once you have a bunch of videos, you're going to want to once you have more than 3 videos, you're going to want to pin the ones that are doing the best for you. And there should really be like from the 3 different types, there should be one of each. So think of this as like your highlight reel, right? This is like your sales pitch for them to follow you. These are the like the best of the best videos. When you're starting out, you're not gonna have like, tons and tons of views and stuff to choose from. So just like choose the 3, make sure that you have one from each of the different types. But this is what people are going to probably be looking at when they click on your profile picture to decide if they want to follow you or not. So I know that a lot of like when I started posting on TikTok, I followed a lot of other authors, obviously that were posting on TikTok at the same time that were like around how many followers I had, and I really think that like most of them didn't have these pinned posts, and a lot of them are okay. there were 5. We're not talking, this isn't like a huge sample size, right? But there were 5. And most of them are still around the same follower count that they were at when I first started following them, which is when I had 700 followers. And I think one has like 1,000 now, one has like 1,100, and I'm at like 2,500 around there. And I really, really think it's because of my pinned posts. Because when people come to my page, I have something that's like an education tool for authors, which is the guide that for my outline that I have available for you to download for free. And I go through my guide, like showing you like what I did for my outline. And so many people, like almost 5,000 people, I think, saw that post. It was one of the first posts that I made. So I didn't have that many followers at that point. So, um, so yeah, you want these posts to be like your best foot forward, right? And you want them to convert. And don't be afraid to change these as your account grows, because you're going to have videos that are performing better. You should be looking at the analytics of your videos. TikTok has amazing analytics. So they'll tell you literally every single video that you post, how many followers did you get from it? How many people shared it? How many people saved it? And then they'll also like rank them. So like what video of yours got you the most followers? What video of yours got you the most comments? Like you should definitely be looking into your analytics. I have TikTok Studio. That's another app that you can download, and they go like even deeper into your analytics, and you can look at other people's analytics, like how long did it take them to grow? What are their top performing posts? So I highly recommend TikTok Studio if you don't have that already. But so my promotion post is this one.
Okay, writers, have you been
And
looking for a writer's
what
community
I'm
that
promoting
not a Discord?
is
Because no hate to
well,
Discord,
listen.
but I think I'm too old for it. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm not a fan. I created a school account, which is basically like Facebook, but on steroids.
So I'm promoting the writers group because at this point I want as many writers in here as possible, because I am going to change this to a paid group eventually, because we've already had 3 spammers in here and I just cannot retain my sanity and also take care of the spammers in this group. And but everybody that's in here already, like that's not you guys are all set forever. But I want to get as many people in that like are interested in writing. So this is my promotion post. Plus I think that authors are interested in connecting with other authors. So it's offering value to somebody. It's offering something that somebody is looking for. And so if they see that and they're like, "Oh, that is something that I've been looking for. Oh, yeah, that does sound interesting." They're more likely to follow you. And then this is my connection post that I've pinned. I have so many pictures, so many videos of me sobbing on here, which is neither here nor there. But this post did really well. It's got like 8,000 views, and a lot of moms, like it's hard for me to go back to the comments on this because of like how sentimental people are, like talking about like just the darkest times of their life. And that's something that a lot of moms can resonate with. So if you have any content that the comments are just like instant follow, like love this so much. Like if you get tons of comments like that, like that's a really good indicator that other people, when they see it's going to help convert them. So if they're kind of on the fence, like they come to your page, right? And they're kind of on the fence of like if they want to follow you or not, but they see something like this and it resonates with them so deeply, they're going to be like, oh, immediately, yes. And then, like I said, I have the educational post. That's just me. I couldn't believe how many. It has almost 5,000 views, and it's 8 minutes long. Like that's wild to me. I was like, I'm gonna post this because this girl asked, but there's no way anybody's gonna ever watch an 8-minute long video of me like blabbing about my outline. And no, I was wrong. So yeah, offering like education and stuff that people are looking for is another great way to hook them in. Because like if you posted one resource that they found useful, chances are you're going to post another, so they want to be there for that, right? And then just finally some things to remember. Number 1 is hooks are important. Like the most important thing is what you do in the first like 3 seconds of your video, or what you have there, what text you have, because everybody's just like this, right? And we want to stop that from happening. So I love this guide for hooks. You can look at it here. It's from Maya Nicole. And she just has She tells you like how to use the hooks at the beginning, but then she has like a list of a bunch of them, and you can just like insert your own niche stuff into it. Number two is authenticity is key for people to feel connected to you. It's really apparent if you're not being authentic, or if you're kind of being more like, if you're not talking in your videos, like you can absolutely grow without talking. But I highly recommend, at least if you're not talking, to have a video like my mom one, where it's like text and it's like it feels very personal. Even though I'm not talking to you, you see me crying, you see me like, going through like a hard time, you see me losing weight, like you see a lot of different aspects of my life. So you feel like at least a little bit about it. And if you can connect to any part of that, it's a much higher likelihood that you're gonna, care about me and care about my book. Um, Number three is engage with everybody who comments on your videos, and not necessarily the ones that DM you, because we get so many. I mean, I get so many of like the "Hey girl," and then I look at your page, the page, and it's like KDP expert, like author marketing expert or whatever, and I'm like, okay, you don't want to be my friend. You just want to like sell me something. So, but the people who comment on your videos, even if it's a nasty comment, I respond to every single comment, because first of all, engagement helps boost your numbers. It's going to push out your posts more, even if it's nastiness. And number two, I've noticed that when people comment on my video, if I don't comment back to them, the likelihood of them following me is significantly decreased. Like when I just make one reply to their comment, like I would say 70% of people, if they hadn't followed me when they've made the comment, they then follow me after they're reading my response to their comment. So this is a really great way to like nurture the people who they've already expressed. These are like hot leads, right? I'm in real estate, so we talk about leads, and these are hot leads. If somebody is taking the time to comment, like I never comment unless you're my friend and I love you. I'm never commenting on like a video on TikTok. It's hard to get me to like a video on TikTok. So if somebody's taking the time to comment on your video, but they haven't followed you, they're like, hi, like it's just such a hot, it's like a burning, scalding hot lead. And you should take advantage of that. It's so much easier to convert those leads than it is to like make a whole nother video and then like find another cold audience, right? Because it's like a warm, hot lead. So do not post and ghost. Like go back to every single comment if you can. Number four is don't afraid of being repetitive. So many people are like, I can't sell that much. I can't talk about my book every single day. Like that's going to get so boring for people. And number one, no, it will not, because nobody, like all of your followers are not seeing every single thing that you post, right? And if they are and they're looking at all of your stuff, then that means that they love you and they're not going to be turned off by you talking about something that you love. And number two, the way that you're talking about your book, like yes, if you're posting the same image and people are not responding to it and you're still posting it anyway, yes, people are going to get annoyed with you and they're going to unfollow, but you should be talking about your book in so many different ways and selling in so many different ways that they don't even realize that you're selling to them, and they love it. So don't be afraid of being repetitive ever. Post 1 to 3 times per day for the best growth on TikTok. I would say probably 1 to 2 times per day for the best growth on Instagram. And have fun, because I've tried so many different, like the reason why I thought that I didn't want to be an influencer or I didn't want to grow a social media following was because when I tried, I fucking hated every second of it. And it was because I was not talking about the right things. That's what it comes down to. I didn't see results fast because I think it came across that I was not passionate about what I was talking about. And it was such a drag for me. I could never be consistent ever. Partially because of the ADD, but also partially because it was like I hated my life every time I was going to like create a video or post something, because I just wasn't into it. And ever since I started posting like consistently on TikTok, besides when I was on my deathbed a couple days ago, I have posted every single day, multiple times a day, because I love it. I love it so much. I like need to do it. So just remember to have fun. Like, don't make it so hard and so like so much pressure that it becomes not fun. Also on TikTok and on Instagram now, the trend is really becoming like the more authentic, the better. And honestly, like some of my videos that have performed the best are just like me quickly being like, hey, like I was in Barnes and Noble and I saw Belladonna in the young adult section, and I was like, that has sex in it. Like, why is this in the young adult section? And I like took a video, I like videoed myself saying like, I think I'm confused about what young adult means. Like, this is here, like why? And that got like thousands and thousands of views. I think almost 10,000 views. And people were mad in the comments. They're like, Belladonna doesn't have sex. Like it was like a controversial thing. And it took me 3 seconds to make. And it got me like 100 plus followers. So remember to have fun, and it doesn't have to be like all this like polished and all these like video editing, like makeup. Like I don't wear makeup in most of my videos. And I think that people respond to that a lot more because it feels more authentic than like when I'm set up with like my light and like my hair is totally, put together. So that is my spiel about social media. Does anybody have any questions? I see there's stuff in the chat. Elizabeth, try asking here.
Yeah. She was asking about photos and like what to use, like what's allowed to be used and stuff when you're making like carousels or something.
Yeah. So TikTok, I don't know if you guys saw this, but TikTok recently, and I'm pretty sure it's because they are getting acquired by somebody US related, but they recently updated their terms and conditions, basically saying that you would not infringe on copyright, which they have historically never cared about. But so what does that mean? I think that means that the images that like you can find on Pinterest, you're never going to know if those are copyrighted or not, right? But so you can take like screenshot those and like put them out there. It's kind of like you risk them getting mad, or you risk like that not being allowed on TikTok. But I don't see like how else we can do it besides using AI, which I did. I mean, I have used AI images, but I don't like the more I played with AI, the less I liked it because it felt like it was just taking images. Like my FMC is plus size, okay? And there are like negative images, like -7 images of plus size FMCs out there to like choose from, right? So when I kept asking it to do things, I was trying to get it with like her and the MMC in a field like together, like doing something. And it couldn't do that for a plus size person. And I kept being like, just like make her a little bigger, just like widen her hips, just like I'm trying to like every single prompt to try and get it to make it the image that I want. And I realized it kept like flipping her around. And I realized, and that was the only way I could make her bigger. And I realized that that's because the only images really that are out there of FMCs that are plus size are like from behind. And so, or like from directly on, not like really from the side. So that made me feel a little icky about AI. But so what I do is I screenshot from Pinterest, and it's really about your like what you feel comfortable with. Um, that's the best answer I can give. um, Stock photos. Oh yes, and stock photos. Exactly. So I have Canva Plus. I have a Canva Plus membership. So they have tons of images in Canva that you can take from. I also use what's it called? iStock. It's called iStock. And that's like a subscription service, or you can just like buy the individual images, but it's cheaper if you do the subscription. And also there are a lot of like places where you can get subscriptions to stock photos, which you have the rights to and you can use. Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Stock photos are exactly it.
Have you used a site called Deposit Photo? I think is what it's called.
No, deposit photo.
Yeah,
Have you
it's
Zoom?
something like that. But I don't think it's a free thing like Pinterest obviously would be, but it's almost like you get credits and then like those get you specific photos and stuff. But
Yeah.
they're like free licensed. They're like stock photos, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's like iPick or
Okay.
iStock.
Okay.
iStock is like that too. You can buy credits. Um, I've used Kaboom Pick. They have a lot of free stuff. Let me see if I have stock photos. Okay, so Kaboom Pick, Pixabay, Shutterstock, Pexels, Stock Snap, and what's this one? Elevate Visuals. That's a membership. I don't think that would be good for authors. That was more for uh like luxury uh stock photos for coaching stuff. Uh okay, is your TikTok a business page or a personal page? Do you get the analytics with personal? It's a personal page, Katie, and I get all of the analytics. And I actually recommend the personal page because if you have a business page, you don't get access to all the audios, like the trending audios. They don't give you access to those. Yeah. I had a business page and then I was like trying to do a video with the trending audio and it kept telling me no. And I'm like, what the? And so I looked it up and switched it right back to personal. We gotta get going. Bye, Elizabeth, unless you're still here. That's the video that got me. Which one, Ashley?
The one where you were like crying mom life one
Uh,
that you shared. I was like, I remember it. That's the one that got me.
How far out from publishing do you th do you think you are from when you started the account? Katie, what do you mean?
Okay. I figured I needed to ask this one. So like when you started your TikTok, um, here's where I'm coming from is my fear is like if I start my TikTok now and I'm like only 30% done with my first draft
Mhm.
and I don't know how long it's gonna take me to finish, like if I start with reach and connection and stuff, how do you think it's too soon to
No,
build up like viewership
no, I
to
don't.
get to the ask in
So,
a year or two? You know what I mean?
yeah. So, no, I don't, honestly.
Okay.
And what I would do and what I am doing. So I started my account, I think I mean, I had my account, but I posted like three very, very embarrassing real estate videos. And I don't know if they're still on there, but I saw them the other day and I was like, ugh. But I restarted so I had like, I don't know, 50 followers or something. And then I restarted and I actually don't recommend you do that. Like if you're gonna start an account and you already have one that's like
I
you've
do, yeah.
dabbled, I would not
It's
use
from
that one.
COVID, and I have all these like
Yes.
silly, stupid
Yes.
COVID
Like do
videos,
do
which
do
are
do do
great
do.
and hilarious, but it's
Yeah.
different, it's not,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
So definitely create a new account because it's going to make it way easier for TikTok to quickly figure out who you're trying to reach because it's not going to be confused by like who you have been trying to reach and now who you're trying to reach. So I would start a new account and I would do it now. So what I started doing was reviewing books because it sounds like you and I are similar in that like I read ACOTAR and then I was like, and now
click,
this is my whole personality. And now this is what
yeah.
like one of my three bookshelves and you're sitting on like a bunch of books here. And so I have a lot.
I
And
feel like we're very similar in a lot of ways, so maybe we could talk offline. I don't know.
yeah, absolutely. Um, but so I would do book reviews in the romantasy realm, because that's what your book is.
Okay.
And I would definitely do the connection stuff because you want people that care about you. And I mean, I have what, like 2,500 followers, and I already have people that like come to my lives that are like, hey, like can't wait for your book. And they are so amazing to have because when you do have a book, right? they're still going to be around and they're going to be in your lives, on your comments saying like, so excited for this, can't wait. I'm also making friends with like other people who are starting their like book talk accounts, and they're the same thing. Like we support each other. Like they comment on my videos, I comment on their videos, and it's just like, I mean, it feels so lovely. And also, it's just a good marketing strategy.
Okay.
So I don't think that you're too far out at all.
Okay.
And I would try and come up with something that like you could still provide to people who are coming to your page, like a free download or something.
Yeah, like I like what you did with that your Canva template because, and I think I might do something like that, is where like you put, download the first chapter here or whatever.
Yeah,
Um, that's a good like call to action. I think
yeah,
that
exactly.
Can I
that's the
piggyback real quick?
Yes.
Now, mind you, I have like no videos of my own on my TikTok. But just I've heard, I don't think it's too early to start, but I've heard you want a minimum of like, I think 3 months of like trying to build a following and stuff before like publication of it. So if you're like, what's the minimum amount of time? I'd say like, I've heard it say 3 months, but
or I
definitely what
think
she
at
said,
least
like,
before you even start promoting to that it is going to be published,
yeah,
right?
just to
Yeah.
kind of build up that following, and then you can be like, hey, by the way, it's finally done. But yeah, I've heard of minimum like 3 months before you publish is like, any more than that's great, but at least that much.
Okay.
Yeah, I would even say like longer. Honestly, like I've been I've been posting pretty consistently since like middle to end of January, since I finished my book. Because honestly, it was kind of hard to like multitask between like Christmas and my job and my daughter um and my book and TikTok. So I started after I finished my book, but I had like dabbled before, but I got really serious about it once I finished and was starting edits. And that was at the end of January. It's now April, and I only have 2,500 followers, right? Like I would not feel comfortable launching right now, and maybe it would be amazing. Maybe it would. And maybe my account's going to really grow once I start doing my promotion content. Maybe. And I've also seen like accelerated growth because my first month, I got like 100 followers. My second month, I got like 600 followers. My third month, I got over 1,000 followers. So like it's like exponential growth. The more followers that you have, the easier it is to get them for myriad of reasons. They're gonna like see your page and be like, oh, this chick has a bunch of followers. Like she probably is doing some good stuff. So just like subconsciously, they're already on board, and you're gonna have more content that's gonna be doing more work for you in the background. Like I have videos from months ago that are still getting me people, because it's kind of like publishing, right? Like the more books that you have, the more royalties you get, and like you stack them up, and that's exactly how it works with TikTok too. So definitely do not wait. Like start tomorrow.
I'm just worried about like if you're saying post 1 to 3 times a day, I'm like, oh my God, when am I gonna do that? Do you pre-record stuff like and just have it
Yes.
in your drafts and
Yes.
like one day you're just like, oh, I'm like on a banger and I'm just like, okay, and then you can just post later?
Yes. I
Oh,
batch my
yeah.
content for sure because I do not always look like this,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And so my like sit down videos, I batch those because I have to like think about them too. If I'm doing um like popular book talk books that I hated and you should read these instead, or like if you liked this book, like you should read these books. You have to kind of like plan it. So I have a brain dump. Let me see if I can quickly locate it to share it with you. But it's just like a Google Doc that's all of my ideas for what I want to post. And so when I'm in a posting mood, because I'm not always in like a creative mood. I can't always come up with ideas for what to post. Unfortunately, when I come up with my ideas is literally at like 12 p.m., 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. when I'm like at my my most creative, and I'm like sleeping, and then I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, and I roll over and I like put it in my note. So when creativity strikes, you need to have a place to put it. Uh, Let me see. Book, marketing, videos to make. Here we go. Share. Okay, so this is just like my little thing of what I've been thinking of and what I should make. Also, I have like a tracker for everything that I read, so I can remember, because this one, when you're a mom, like not so ironclad, okay? And
Oh,
so
that's cool.
yeah, and this is actually a freebie that I give too. I've had people download this, and that would maybe be a good thing for you too. I call it the Guide to Romanticy or whatever. And people can like see what I'm reading, see if like we have similar interest in books. And then also, I really like that you can so this is Airtable. I really like that you can let me make this bigger. Sort by like, okay, I wanna filter by this group. I want to see all the like best MMC books, right? And then it shows me all the best MMC books. So like if I wanted to do a video about like best MMC books, this would be so much easier than like, okay, let me go and find it. So yeah, highly recommend this. And the planning of the videos. And then once I have my idea, right? So like books I wish I could read again for the first time. I put, while I'm thinking about it, what those books are. So when I'm going to record, I open this and I'm like, okay, what was my really creative brain thinking and how can I film it? And then I just grab these books and blab and blab.
Cool, cool.
Another thing, um, where are you, Katie? Like in the US?
Oh, California.
Oh, right. And you're moving to Arizona.
Yeah.
So for me, it's good for me to post earlier in the day. It's I get much more traction. Like after 7 p.m., if I posted a video, no, I didn't, because nobody's seen it. I'm
Yeah.
not sure why that is, but
Well, I think probably target audience, right, is like our age group with moms. Like we're doing bedtime routine and then we're exhausted and we're going to bed.
yeah, I don't know. I'm like on my phone in
Well,
bed.
yeah, that too, but like you're probably distracted with like cleanup and
Yeah,
I don't
for
know, just like you know what I mean? Just like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
How early are you like saying is early? Like what's your normal time to post?
9:30 is early for me, but
Okay. I like never know if it's like too early or too late, like when I should post the videos I have in my drafts.
So I think it's account specific. You can go into your TikTok and it will tell you at what times your audience are like
Oh, cool.
online.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
and so I just figured that out by trial and error, but and a lot of freaking error, but I wish I would have looked at those insights a little bit more closely. But yeah, if you go to like TikTok, so this is TikTok Studio. And there's like an analytics button. So like this is a video that's just coming up on my FYP for the TikTok Studio. So if I click analytics right here, I can see all the analytics for her video, not my video, her video. And then if I click creator, I can see all the analytics for her entire account. So it says she started posting on TikTok in 2019, 2019. She reached 1,000 followers in 2020, and then she reached 10,000 followers in 2021. And she's almost at 100,000 now. And then it shows me her top 3 videos on her way to 1,000 and then on her way to the 100,000. So on her way to 10,000, sorry. So I really like using that tool. And then if you click at the bottom here for analytics, it gives you an overview of your whole account. And let me see, you can go to viewers and then scroll down and it gives you more active times. It's like a little map here. So you obviously want to do it like right before it gets to the peak. Like you don't want to do it when you're in the peak because you kind of miss that ramp up, but you want to like do it right before it gets to that peak. So like for me, looks like that would be 8 a.m., but there's no chance that's happening, so it's 9:30. But a really great thing that I've been forcing myself to do is have at least one video ready for the next day in my drafts, because I roll over, wipe my eyes, and post because it's like ready to go. I have the hashtags done. I have the like cover thing done. It's literally just open, preview, because TikTok does some weird shit sometimes. So like preview it, and then as long as it's good, I post it. And then I'll usually do like throughout the day, I'll get inspired and or I'll just have a question that I want to ask somebody, and then I record it and ask and post that. And then I try to do one other planned video at the end of the day. But yeah, when I batch, and it's so much easier that way.
When you started your new account, oh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
when you started your new account from your like older one, did you go in and like start following a bunch of people you were on your other one? Like, because right now I'm currently like in the book talk world on the account I'm in, because I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like that's the one I scroll through on my TikTok. So if I start a new account,
You're gonna lose your FYP. Um,
yeah,
So I have multiple accounts, but I didn't start a new account, and I wish I had started a new account.
okay,
Um, so I just have the people that I had been following. My FYP when I started was entirely Taylor Swift Eras Tour. That was all that was on there. Um,
okay.
and it adjusted when I started doing the book talk stuff. But I don't think that who you're following matters as much. I mean, I would follow if you're doing a book talk, if you're starting a new account, then yes, you should follow
Just go ahead and just go
book
on
talk.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, like book talkers, because that's going to tell TikTok, hey, she's interested in this. So yeah, I would follow
cool.
whoever you're following now.
Well, I have to go because I have to go breastfeed my little girl. But it was wonderful meeting you guys. Thank you so much. This
Of
was great.
course. Yeah, so nice to meet you too. Let's chat
Mhm.
offline.
Sounds good. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Does anybody else have any questions? Well, my voice is still.
I had a question about I usually do like the videos that have sounds or do like the trending music, and I'm getting used to doing like speaking videos. Do
Mhm.
you just speak in the videos? Do you put trending sound on the background as well? Like, what do you recommend?
Good question. So I've done both. I'm lazy though, so finding trending sounds that like work and like doing the volume shit, like it didn't seem worth it to me.
Okay.
Unless you're doing something that's like a montage video with like a voiceover and it's like sentimental, then I would absolutely add music to that, because that music really helps like touch that like that part of you, your heart.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that would be my advice for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else, guys? Okay, stop sharing. Alrighty, then I'm going to hop off of here and crawl into my bed and slowly die. Ashley, I'm so sorry. I owe you 5
It's okay.
chapters
It's
and I've
okay.
done nothing.
It's all good. I knew you guys were sick. But I'm gonna say we're not meeting tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I can read your chapters.
You are more than welcome, but if we're not meeting up, we're heading out of here a little bit before 3 our time. So we have an event to go to this weekend. So if we don't meet up and you just get it to me, I guess by this next Monday, if you're able, and then we'll just do like same time next week.
Okay, yeah, that works perfectly for me.
And for everyone else, it's for critique partners. You should fill out the form and
Yes.
get a critique partner with one of these. Highly suggest.
Yeah, there's a form in the group that you can fill out, and it'll send it to me, and then we have a few people that are looking for critique partners, and so I'm gonna like match up the people who are around the same like point in their writing, and then you guys can kind of decide how you want that to work. So Ashley and I have decided that we're going to do like a Google Drive folder, and we're going to put chapters, like a specific amount of chapters per time we meet in the Google Drive folder, and then we're going to do like edits as we're reading, not edits, like comments as we're reading, like thoughts and like pacing stuff. So like this doesn't make sense, or like what happened, you know, like that type of thing. Or like this is lagging a little bit, maybe this is like too much detail, or maybe I can't really envision this. That type of feedback is what I'm envisioning it, at least, Ashley. And um
Oh,
and
and it can be tailored and personal to the pairing or whatever. Like if you're
yeah.
looking for specific stuff, like tell the partner, hey, this chapter seems clunky to me, you know, or like she said, is there pacing? How do you feel about these characters' interaction in this chapter or whatever? And then communication, how y'all want to do that. There's lots of different ways and lots of different things that you can use to be able to be interacting.
Yeah. So if you're interested in getting a critique partner, then fill out that form. And then I think probably I'll announce them. What day is it? Thursday. Am I ever gonna feel better? That would be great. Maybe like Tuesday of next week at our hangout. I'll announce the critique partners. And then I'll also put in the group. If you can't show up to that, that's fine. But yeah. Any last things before I go and crawl into my bed
It's
down?
been great. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course, of course. I love this stuff. I talk about it forever. So happy to help.
Makes fun of us. I'm scared of social media personally. I don't know if anybody else is that way. Like, I don't know.
It's so lovely. Like, yeah, you
My
can-
biggest fear is like people are really, really mean when they can hide behind a screen type of situation or hide behind a keyboard. And so I'm just like, I literally have talked to my friends and I'm like, can you just do the social, do the email, all that for me? And like they can be my filter, so I only get to see like the good stuff.
yeah.
So I was like, they can just trash all the bad stuff. I don't need to see it.
Honestly, like TikTok does a pretty good job of filtering stuff that's like rude and mean on its own, which I found surprising. But also, like I've done, I don't even know how many videos, but I've been doing this for 3 months, and I had I had two nasty comments. One was like not even that nasty. It was just kind of like, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, had a problem, and then they blocked me. So that was not the end of the world. Bye. But and the other was making fun of what were they making fun of? I think they were calling me fat. And so I took the comment and responded to it as a video, like a video response, and then they blocked me and disappeared. So one like nasty comment out of literally thousands.
However many. Yeah.
Yeah, of, like amazing ones. Like I'll take that ratio. And also,
That's fair.
I don't, if they are so sad in their life that they're going to come for a stranger on the internet, we can only feel bad for them.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good point.
like this man was for sure still living in his mommy's basement.
I'm pretty sure my reaction to like a comment like that would be like, I appreciate your opinion. You know, because everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I don't have to agree with it. Like
Yeah.
that's how we kind of look at it.
Zero. Like your opinion matters to me, not at all. And the only reason why I'm responding to it is because it's funny. And hopefully you will think twice about doing this to somebody else. Because while it doesn't affect me, it might affect somebody else, and that makes me angry. So, all right, guys, this was so fun. I'm so glad that so many people showed up, right,
Yeah.
Ashley?
It was awesome.
like me
Yeah,
and
no.
Ashley.
Last week it was just the two of us, like all week, and I was like,
Yeah.
man.
I know.
ugh.
I know. I'm so glad that
And there's been like a handful of new people join the group within like the last couple of days too. I literally wake up in the morning and kind of how you check your notifications and stuff. Like I go to the school and I'm just like, okay, somebody made a comment a couple hours ago, and I go down and I read it, and then I'll have a notification. I'm like, oh, what's this? I'm on level 3 now. Yay. Like I literally am just like checking it a couple times a day. I was like, oh, somebody else was on.
I know, you're so wonderful.
I've been trying, but stay at home mom vibes, I guess.
Appreciate it so much. Because I'm like, I go on there and I'm like, shit, this was from 5 days ago. Oh, Ashley responded. Okay, we're good.
It's fine. It's kind of like being a mediator, I guess, without actually meaning to be that role.
It's greatly appreciated. Oh,
Yeah,
That's
but
always good.
I feel like everybody in there just really, it's the whole community aspect of want to find other like-minded people and be able to share things with them with an understanding mindset.
yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, ladies. Well, have a
Okay.
great
Have a good
evening.
night. Get some good sleep, some extra sleep.
No,
Feel better.
you.
All those things. Okay.
Bye,
see you.
Have fun
bye,
on
guys.
your Bye, Pamela. It's been
thanks.
nice to meet you.
Bye. Yeah, you too.
Bye, ladies.